Once again, good day to all of you. So we proceed our last topic, no, which is centroids and moment of inertia. So for centroids, there are certain shapes, no, and there are certain for each shape, there corresponds their centroid. Okay. So for the rectangle, of course, we know already the area, no, the length times the width or base times the depth. And then for barred x, or the center at the x-axis, you have one half of the base, and then barred y would be one half of d, or the depth. For any triangle, the area is one half base times height, and then barred y would be one third of h. There's no barred x here because at any rate, ang triangle could have different figures, no? Pwede right triangle, pwede yun ani. Okay? Then for the semicircle, uh, the area is pi r squared over 2, and then the area is 0, because the center is along the y-axis, so barred x niya 0. For barred y, which is 4r over 3 pi. Then we proceed to a quarter circle. The area is pi r squared over 4. Bahino na nato ang area sa circle, no? Ug kaupat, so this way 9 over 4. Then barred x and barred y ay 4 over 3 pi, depending upon its location. So in this case, naa siya sa first quadrant, so yung barred y o yung barred x puro 4r over 3 pi. And then you have your circular sector. The area is r squared times alpha, wherein barred x is 2r sine alpha over alpha, and atong barred y here for the particular case is 0 because it is along the x-axis. Segment of an arc, this one, no, kanina arc. So the area is 2r alpha, and then barred x is r sine alpha over alpha, and then the same with circular sector. Ang barred y na to is 0 because it is along the x-axis. Then you have semicircular arc. Okay, so for semicircular arc, pi r po, no, and then barred x is 2r over pi, and then barred y in this case is 0 because it is along the x-axis. Area under spandrel, get the area is 1 over n plus 1 times base times height, depending upon the nth degree. Okay, barred x is 1 over n plus 2 times base, and then barred y would be n plus 1 over 4 n plus 2 times the height. Then we have the center of gravity. The total weight is equal to weight 1 plus weight 2, ano. And then to get the barred x and barred y, there corresponds the total weight, then weight 1 and its corresponding centroid x1 plus weight sub 2 times its corresponding centroid x sub 2, and so on, together with barred y. In terms of area, no, we get the total area equal to the summation. Okay, and then a times barred x is area 1 times its corresponding centroid x sub 1. Okay, same with the volume. So centroids by integration is a times barred x is equal to the integral of x dA. So at problem 230, determine the sorry. Determine the centroid of the shaded area shown, which is bounded by the x-axis. Or bounded by the x-axis, the line x equals a, this one, and our function parabola y squared equal kx, opening to the right. Okay, so kanang gi-shaded mismo, no, mo na siya nga to ang area. So we have to find the centroid of that shaded area. So area is equal to what? The integral of this rectangular strip, no? The area of this rectangular strip, which is y dx. And then our limit is from 0 to a. Okay? So you have that a is equal to the integral of our area of our rectangular partition, kanang naka-rectangular strip. Y, yung length is y, yung width is dx. Okay? So, times na niya, area na na. And then, of course, we consider its limit from 0 to a. Okay. So, since y can be represented in terms of x, so that is the square root of kx, no? Or make that k1 half x to 1 half dx. So, i-substitute na to ang value sa y in terms of kx. Square root of kx. Pwede na ito masulat of k1 half x1 half. I-separate na ito ang k1 half because k1 half is constant. So, what we integrate is only x to the 1 half dx. Yeah, for sure. Nakagi naman tag-integral, no? So, aware tayo. So, next is we integrate x to the 1 half dx. So, the answer is 2/3 of x to the 3 halves. Okay, then substituting the limits. So, a is 2/3. Oh, sorry. 2/3 of k1 half, a to the 1 half. Then we apply the formula for area is equal to the part x with limits x to a. Okay, centroids by integration. For this formula, makuha na to ang part x. Okay, so the total area, ano naman to, na solve man to na to, no? So that is 2/3 k1 half a to the 3 halves part x, and then equal to x times the integral of our rectangular partition y times dx. Okay, the derivative of the area, okay, which is y dx. So we consider y again is k1 half x to the 1 half. Wala man nasulat ang k1 half din, pero na is supposed to be, no? Okay, so you have x to the 1 o x to the 1 half will give us x to the 3 halves. K1 half na siya. So, nagkulang-kulang ni dire. K to the 1 half na supposed to be. Kaya ni-substitute man tag value sa buhay in terms of square root of kx. Okay? So, ang x now, na x naman daan dire. So, 1 plus 1 half will give us x to the 3 halves. And then, kani k to the 1 half na siya. So, makancel ang k to the 1 half. Okay, so what is left is we could integrate x to the 3 halves in terms of dx. So the value there is x to the 5 halves, 2/5 x to the 5 halves. Then we substitute the limits. So the result is 2/5 of a to the 5 halves. Now, upon simplifying, bar x is 3/5 of A. Now, ari po ta sa pagkuha sa bar y. No, atong kaon ng bar y. So, area times bar y is equal to y over 2. Okay? Times the integral of y dx. Okay? So, mo man niya ito ang x is here. Okay? Atong y is, we consider the y component is from here. So, that's why y over 2. Okay, so substitute the value for a, bar y. So, you have there 1/2 a to 0 uh, y dx. So, this is the simplification already, no? May mo siyang y squared dx. Kay y times y. Yan ang ipagawas ang 1/2. Okay. And then, definitely y squared is equal to kx. Okay. So, napay k nga 1/2 dire mabilin sa cancel ang k 1/2 sa left, pero napay k nga mabilin sa right, which is k to the 1/2. And then the integral of x dx is x squared over 2. Substituting the value for a, so you have there k to the 1/2 a squared. Wala man ang 2. Dapat na a squared over 2, no? Okay, so yeah. Na ni over 2 dire. So that mahimo siyang 8/3 sa pikas. Okay? So, kita ninyo na 8/3 ng bar y. Kaya dapat na 2 dire sa a squared over 2. Okay? So, you have there 8/3 bar y, k to the 1/2, a to the 1/2. Now, simplify na to ang a. So, napay ang a to the 3/2, kung ibalhin dire, 2 minus 1 and 1/2, napay 1/2 nga mabilin, no? So, you have there y, bar y, pagbalhin sa 8/3 sa pikas, may mo ng 3 over 8, a to the 1/2, k to the 1/2. And then, since y squared is equal to kx, when x is equal to a, so you have the y equal, kung ang x na to mahimong a na, no, padulong na siya sa a, ang y diha would become k to the 1/2, a to the 1/2. Therefore, at bar y, bar y will be 3/8 of a to the 1/2, k to the 1/2, which is equal to our y. And then when x is equal to a, therefore from our figure, y is equal to, ang y would be equal to b also. Therefore, bar y is equal to 3/8 of b. Okay, so next, ano to? Sunod. Okay, here. So, problem 245, find the area of the shaded section. Find the centroid of the shaded section from the y-axis. And then find the centroid of the shaded section from the x-axis. So, number 1, ang ipangayo is ang total area. Number 2, the centroid from the y-axis. So, from the y, kung base as from the y-axis, ang bar x may ipangayo. Okay? Kung ang centroid from the x-axis, ang bar y may ipangayo. Okay? So, to get the total area, yung technique, consider niya ang area of the rectangle, no? So area 1 is 12 times 18, that is 216. Area 2, area sa triangle. Okay, so that is 6 by the height and depth is the same, no? So 18. Area 3, semicircle. Pi r squared over 2, so 25.13. Area 4, semicircle. So pi r squared over 4, 28.27. So to get the total area, the area of the rectangle minus the area of the triangle minus area of the semicircle minus the area of the quarter circle. So the total area there is 144.60. Now for the centroid of the shaded section from the y-axis, for x sub 1 and y1, ang total area man is a rectangle. So the length is 18, so ang half of x is 9. Atong height is 12, so ang half of it is 6. So y1 is 6. For the triangle, okay, so na-drape portion sa sa ang iyang barred x sa triangle. So what we do, since mo base man ta from the y-axis, so kani 12 na dani plus this one, the centroid, ang iyang gap, no, from here to here, ang centroid is 1/3, and then from here to here, that is 2/3. Okay, so that's why 12 plus 2/3 of the total width of the triangle, which is 6. So in total, x sub 2 is 16. Okay, now ang y sub 2, asa man aning sa may kanino semicircle. So ang y sub 2 is dili pa ang y sub 2 is kanila, no, napadata triangle. So y sub 2 is 1/3 of the depth. Okay, so which is 6, 1/3 of 6, which is 2. Ang f sub 3 is 1. So ang x niya, component from the y-axis is 3. 4. Sorry, 4. Ang y sub 3, from here to here man. Okay, from here to here. So, yung gibuhat, ikuha niya ang total length, 12, minus na niya o kaning height ani, no? Ano sa maning height ani? 4r over 3 pi. Okay? Na dili sa ito ang formula, no? So, manig ako. Dara, 4r over 3 pi, barred y. Okay? So, where were we? So, x sub 4 would be the quarter circle. Okay? So, sa quarter circle, from here to here, muna ito ang barred x, no? So, pila yung answer niya? 18. Na kunuhay na din, no? Some here. Na, ang kuhan, triangle na din. So, for x sub 4, that is 18 minus 4r over 3 pi. Kaning diri from here to here, that is 4r over 3 pi. That's why 18 minus 4r over 3 pi. So, answer niya is 15.45. Ang y sub 4, from here to here. Okay? So, the same technique, kuha ng total length, minusan 4r over 3 pi. So, the answer is 9.45. So, to get barred x, so we get the total area from our first solution equal to area 1 times barred x sub 1 minus area 2 x sub 2. Okay, take note, kanong na minus ni, kaya itong i-consider only the shaded area. Okay? shaded. So kaning triangle wala ni siya labot, no, sa ato ang plane figure. Okay, but muna atong guide, okay, sa pag-subtract. Okay, so substitute na yung value sa x sub 1 9, x sub 2 16, x sub 3 4, x sub 4 15.45 together with its corresponding area. Okay, so makuha na to ang barred x is 7.73. So where's it located? 12 naman eh. So most likely ang area diri sa atong barred x is number here na diri kita, no? To get barred y, so we substitute again the total area and then barred y, and then area 1 times y1, so you have 6, y sub 2 is 2, y sub 3 is 10.30, and then y sub 4 is 9.45 with its corresponding area. And barred y is 5.07. So most likely if katunga diya 6, so nara dire this is 5. So most likely na diya ang ano, ito ang centered sa ato ang plane figure. Okay, so I think we proceed to moment of inertia. So sa moment of inertia, you have the summation of the product of each area by the square of its moment arm, or sometimes called the second moment of area. So inertia is equal to y squared times the derivative of the area. For iy, integral of x squared times the derivative of the area. And then take note, for the polar moment of inertia, j is equal to the r squared derivative of a, wherein r squared representing the distance, no? Distance in a polar coordinates. So j becomes, substituting the value for r, so x squared plus y squared, and then we integrate how we distribute the derivative of the area for each. So therefore j is equal to I sub y plus I sub x. For the radius of gyration, k is equal to square root of I over a. K, for k sub x is square root of I sub x over a, and k sub y is I sub y, square root of I sub y over a. Once we transfer the moment of inertia, consider this formula. Okay, so Ix, this is the ato i-transfer ng center of gravity, no? Transfer. So from x sub o to x. So ang formula nga ating i-consider is consider the moment of inertia at the centroid of the area, and then y represents the distance, okay, of the centroids of area from any parallel axis. Yang distansya nga as it will rotate, okay? And then the transfer moment of inertia at the parallel axis, you have Ix. So here are the formula for the moment of inertia. So you have the rectangle, the inertia there is bh over 12 together with corresponding duration, okay? For triangle, Ix there is bh cube over 12 yapon, okay, with this corresponding radius of duration. Okay, so semicircle also, you have your semicircle, and then quarter circle, and then ellipse. So let's proceed to our first problem. So you have there a triangle has a base width of b and an altitude of h. Determine the moment of inertia of the triangle at the axis coinciding with its base. Find I sub x, no? And then we're asked to find the moment of inertia at the centroidal axis parallel to its base, IXO, and then the radius of gyration with respect to its base, IX. So, find Kx, okay? K with respect to x. So, first, moment of inertia with respect to its base, Ix. So, Ix is equal to, so may formula sa moment of inertia nga y squared dA. Okay, take note. Okay, y squared dA. So, y squared derivative of the area. Now, our derivative of the area, you have here a rectangular partition. So, the area there is the length. The length is dy, and then the width is x. So, x times dy lah, no? So, y squared dA. Okay? From 0 to h. Okay? Kibali man itong rectangular strip. Horizontal man no? Now, we consider the ratio and proportion. So, x over h minus y, and then b over h. So, to get the relationship, x is equal to b over h times h minus y. So, instead of writing x, okay, magdaga namang variable, we will write in terms of h. So, you have the I sub x, y squared. Instead of x, I will write b over h times h minus y dy. Okay? Then, we integrate with respect to h. With respect to y. So, you have the kaning y squared is substitute pa na diha, no? So, you have the hy squared minus y cubed. Then, we integrate. So, you have the hy cubed over 3. And then, from y cubed, nahim mo na siyang y to the 4th over 4. From hy squared, nahim mo na siyang hy cubed over 3. Okay? Then, we substitute its limit. So, you have the b over h is equal to h to the 4th over 3 minus h to the 4th over 4. So, the answer is bh cubed over 12. So, you check, triangle. Okay, so our answer for triangle is bh cubed over 12. So, triangle, bh cubed over 12. Okay? Sunod, ang centroid, moment of inertia at the centroidal na po. So, kailangan kanina po na itong i-aim, no? bh cubed over 36. So, let's check. So, the formula for the transfer moment of inertia is this one, di ba? Ato na again ganina. So, you have the bh cubed over 12. This is our unknown. Our area for triangle is bh over 2. And then, the distance nga ato siyang i-rotate, no? Iyang centroid from the to the base is 1/3 of the height. Okay? So, that is correct. Kaya naman diri somewhere ang iyang centroid. Okay? So, mag-transfer sa centroid niya 1/3. Exactly 1/3. Okay? So, to get IXO, so you have bh cubed over 12 minus ang simplification na niya, bh cubed over 18. So, nigawa siya, ang simplification niya is bh cubed over 36. So, that is correct. Radius of duration with respect to its base, k sub x. So, kuha nag-square root ang I sub x over the total area. H over square root of 6. Correct ba? Okay, check. Okay, that is correct. H over square root of 6. Okay, and here is our last problem. Determine the moment of inertia of the area shown with respect to the centroidal axis. So, say pa next problem. The moment of inertia of the area shown with respect to the centroidal. Centroidal meaning IXO and IYO. So first, we get the area. Area 1, area 2, and then area 3. And then we get the total. Okay? So area 1 is 12 times 1. Area 2 is 12 times 1 yapon. Area 3 is 6 times 1. So therefore, the area is barred Y. Kay ang atong centroidal class, makita na to, no? Ang atong centroidal rotation, antong centroids kada area na siya ni fall sa y-axis. Okay? So ato na siyang gulpihon. Okay? So what we do, we get the barred Y. Okay? The centroidal rotation. Okay? X sub O. Okay? So pila man. So kita na to diri. Area times the total barred Y equals to area 1 Y1. Okay? Take note of the corresponding Y1, Y2, and Y3. Ha? Okay, so area 1 is 12. Now, ang iyahang Y1 would be 0.5. Kaya naraman diri. Okay? From the x-axis. Okay? Okay, barred Y man. So, ato i-consider ang x-axis. No? Yung depth from the x-axis. So, 0.5 ra. About sa area 2, iyahang barred Y is what do you call this? Pila man tunga sa 12 is 6, and then muad ka og 1, no, from the depth here, so 7. Okay, next is this one. So nanay 12, nanay 13, so ang katungaan na would be 0.5, so 13.5 tanan. So to get the barred Y, that is 5.7. Ha? So gikan diri sa x-axis padulong diha muna itong XO, which is 5.7. Now let's proceed to get our IXO. So to get our IXO, once again ito, IX plus AD squared. Good. Okay? So you have BH cubed over 12 plus A times the distance squared. So kita na diri,